Thank you again. Let's begin with our question and answer session. Despite the urgent need for upgrading decaying physical infrastructure in large urban centers and countries around the world in general, government leaders tend to exclude needed investments from their public budgets, since much of these public works are underground and away from the eyes of voters. How do you suggest we change this mindset, especially in younger leaders around the world?
Well, the advent of social media has now changed the way voters are reached by politicians. So I would say to those traditional government leaders that even much of power, water, sewage, transportation, telecommunication infrastructure cannot be seen directly in the community. You can show it to them electronically and thereby get their voter support immediately. We are now in a new interconnected world. Moreover, when there is a gridlock on our highways or sewage spills in our rivers, voters will get the news and they will act faster via social media.
Dr. Andersen, you eloquently explained that Latin America is already a leader in renewable energy, producing over a half of its energy from renewable resources, compared to less than a quarter from the rest of the world.
Yes.
What other regions have a comparable potential?
Well, I would say Africa has a great potential, including the fact that a good portion of its geography is also near the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn, like Latin America. And of course, Latin America is in a great position to do more to leapfrog dirty or polluting sources and go straight to solar and wind.
You mentioned that according to the World Health Organization, malaria kills one child every 40 seconds somewhere in the world.
Yes.
What is the cure percentage of people that are already infected with malaria?
Well, it varies depending on the healthcare and response infrastructure available. But like any other disease, prevention is the real key. That is why most of my comments today emphasize this.
Thank you. From your fine explanation and description of the global Zika pandemic in 2016, it will come back according to experts. Are educators doing enough to help prepare our communities for this new reality?
No, unfortunately, and their role in this regard is urgent. This is why the ITC is presenting this topic via electronic media, so as to reach the largest audience possible. I invite you all to help us in this mission of spreading the word.
Well, it is amazing how climate change has triggered so many diseases via mosquitoes, ticks, and beetles, among others. Are international organizations doing their part?
The issue for international organizations is often funding from their member countries or sponsors. If all leaders, without exceptions, join the call to action against global climate change, this can be managed. A major detractor today in 2017 is the Trump administration in the United States. But polls show that most U.S. citizens do not agree with this position, and this is why many state and city governments are joining the global climate change prevention cause.